Yeah.
Speaking
Or
about microphones, Dalton, why the fuck do you have so many microphones?
Okay.
effect.
Uh,
How's it
Effect.
going? Got a little bit late start, but I feel that we can do a shorter one today. No big deal. I'd love
Yeah.
to record with you guys regardless.
Yeah, just fixed my audio because apparently I'm still half asleep.
Nice.
Yeah, I think so.
Selected every microphone but the one I needed.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking about
Or
microphones, Dalton, why the fuck do you have so many microphones?
Okay. I got my recording microphone,
Mhm.
Yeah.
podcast microphone, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my headset that I wear for work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was picking up that one at first. And then I have another headset down here that's not plugged in, like my gaming headset. And I was selecting that microphone.
Mm.
Because both that one and my podcast microphone both say like USB microphone.
Mm.
And so I
Mhm.
was selecting the wrong one.
I see.
It's interesting you say that. So I could either talk through this one,
Mhm.
but I don't. um, I talk through my external mic that I have right here. But when I'm playing video games, I could talk through the controller by plugging my headset into through the controller. But then I'm like, there's so many audio jack points that I just kind of just keep using the same one. I just plug it on the top of the tower and just it works.
Right.
Or you could be like a jack stick like myself and think Bert having a massive issue, but when I just click switch on Discord, because every time I plug it in, it's just like, do you want to switch audio devices? And I clicked yes one time, and I was like, why can't we talk to each other?
Yep.
And they're like, oh wait, it's my fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So it's not
too
just
many,
me. Cool.
too many audio points, man.
It's a lot. Half the time they don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's just older ones. Oh, but
Yeah.
oh.
Rough morning.
Yeah.
Well, for me, not for you.
Oh, I had a pretty rough morning.
Oh, that's right. You partied hard last night. Oh.
I drank wine and played card games and basically talked with coworkers about work. So it was fun. It wasn't like crazy. It didn't go out like rage, but lots of wine was consumed. And I was walking my dog in the morning. Um, and I like slept in a little bit. And so I was like, all right. Well, it's weird. Your body just wakes up when you normally wake up, right? So I was like, all right, whatever. And I like try to like close my eyes for like another 20 minutes. And I was just like, nah, whatever. The best way to like just get the day started. Like don't just stew in this. So I take him for a walk and I get all the way around like the block. And I just kind of like cough. It was like I had something in my throat. I was like, ugh. I was like, oh, okay. And then that's like what triggered then the rest of my body be like, oh, did you cough? Okay, well, unfortunately, and I just like threw up on the sidewalk, and it was just like this red, whiny, chunky pizza-y thing, and I was just like, yeah, great. Well, I'm not gonna make coffee right when I get home because those are flavors I don't want to mix. So I just kind of drank some water and then then I'm getting through my day. But yeah.
You know what
Sorry for the listeners who are triggered by talking about throw up.
what I haven't done that in a while, but what I've realized is when you just but I've almost like gotten to the point of like, oh fuck, did I ate too much, man? I'm fucking gonna because the food's just not digesting.
Yeah.
I know when you're in an inebriated state or what have you. But I take digest pills just to get that going. Because a good way to do it is just start walking.
Yeah.
Go for a 10-15 minute walk. All right, your digestive tract starts working.
Yeah.
But man, if you're just sitting, chilling, eating Dude, I've waked up so many mornings. You're like, dude, nothing. Like, I don't have to take a shit right now. That's bad.
Yeah,
Then you brush your teeth. You're like, oh fuck.
Ugh.
yeah,
Went
yeah,
too
yeah.
went too far back on the tongue.
Yep, yep.
Blech.
Anyways, can I talk about this uh Lagunitas drink for a second?
Sure.
Might be
Yes.
like, Bert, you just said that you threw wine. Why are you drinking a beer? I'm not drinking a beer. I'm literally drinking just water.
Hop water.
Hop
Right?
water,
Yeah.
Hot water?
hoppy. It's like hoppy
Oh,
water.
hoppy. I think you said hot water. Like, that's
No,
terrible.
that's tea. I literally bought this because I was gonna bring it to the thing that I was at last night. I was like, yeah, hard seltzer. I like hard seltzer. That's fine. Um, and then I literally bought it, picked this thing up out of the store. It was in the beer aisle. It was right next to all these other beers. I was like, oh, Lagunitas. I love Lagunitas. Put it with me. Here we go. Grab it. Literally get to my car, and as I'm putting it into the back of my Pathfinder, you see this text on the side of the box, not on the front, but like on the side of the box. It says 0% alcohol. And I was like, what? And then I start looking at this and I'm like, what? And I realized I just bought a giant case of just carbonated water. That's literally what I bought. There's no there's no sugar, there's no water, there's nothing in, or there's no sugar, there's no alcohol. It's literally just carbonated water. And so I have a bunch of these in my fridge because I thought I was buying something to bring to a party, and instead I just bought water. So
Yeah.
mhm.
That little quick stint at BMO, I did learn like a lot about alcohol, not like everything, but it's just, dude, hop water. It's like everybody's just trying to get their fingers in like some
What?
sort of like
What
seltzer
technically is a
game,
hop?
like
Like a
hops, like for beer.
beer, yeah, it's like
Well,
that.
yeah, but like,
I think
wait,
it's like
is it?
0.01% or something, like some so low just to give it like a little bit of flavor. But there's it's yeah, I just look at it, I'm like, well, there's bubbly right here.
Yeah, no, I have a soda stream. That's what I'm saying. I have literally I bought this thing and I was like, well, this was a waste, and it's expensive. That's why I thought it
But
was alcohol.
yeah, it was like
It's
$8 for
weird
like a
that it's in
four
the
pack.
alcohol area, but it doesn't have any alcohol.
No alcohol. Yeah,
Well,
I
see,
know.
at Bevmo, it was in the water area.
Yeah, that would have
That
been
makes
great.
sense.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bought this in this at the supermarket, and some they got me. They got me.
Are you guys returners? Do you return things? I think we've talked about this before.
No, no,
I
unless it's something that I know I'm 100% not going to use, and the only times, man, it's very rare. It's like it's usually at Lowe's. I bought the wrong screws. I bought the wrong
Yeah,
one because I'm like, I don't need these 3-inch whatever screws that were like fucking $20 for like
yeah,
whatever. So that's generally the only time. Or if I know that I have to go back now and I
yeah.
could return it, I will return it if I'm something like that. But never food,
I never returned
never
something in a grocery
drinks.
store. I've literally seen my mom go and be like, "Yeah, I bought this thing. I'm returning it." I was like, "You can't return that." She's like, "Why not? They sold it to me, and it's moldy. I'm not keeping this." I was like, "Oh shit, all right." Um, I literally won't. I sorry, Dalton.
You're good.
This is a yes and your story, but I'm just gonna take a pivot here for a second.
Yes,
They just came out with a new Star Wars card game, Star Wars Unlimited, and it's actually really kind of fun. It's kind of like a weird streamlined version of like Magic and then the old Star Wars game that we played. So it's kind of like it's like this. It's super simple, but it's fun. And I bought 2 starter decks because a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, you want to get in this and just buy some starter decks?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, great." We played it, and it's like really fun. Why is this relevant to your point? I went to the comic book store and I bought the stuff, and it wasn't just this. I bought like the 2 decks, sleeves, a cool Darth Vader playmat. Like
nice.
I dropped money, right? Um, not like a crazy amount, but enough where I'm like, okay, like this is a significant purchase here at this place. And I get home, and it was like this new guy who was working at the comic book store. I could kind of tell. Um, and I get home and I look at my receipt, and I was like, this asshole charged me for things that I didn't buy, right?
What the fuck?
Like I bought 2 packs of sleeves, and he charged me for 3,
Yeah.
right? and it's like $7, right? So it's enough where I'm like, that's really annoying, but it's not enough for me to like go back to the store and try and be like, hey, you charged me for this and you never gave, like, I don't, I, it's just not worth me having the conversation of them being like, well, what do you mean? What you did is, it's like, it's $7. So
Yeah.
but the principle of it, maybe be like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to that place again.
Dude, and here's another one to add on to that. You don't want to come off as if you're lying.
Correct. Yeah.
That's the weird part. It's like, dude, I didn't take this. And then if you have, because of the nominal amount, it's like you just don't want to come off like that guy. You're like, well, did you? I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I've gotten in that argument before where, like, say I've given like the cashier like $10. I was supposed to get like a 20 or something, and I was supposed to get like X amount of change back. And then I remember one time I went back. I was like, dude, I gave you like a 20. I need to get like 10. Like, you give me $10. I'm like, I gave you a fucking 20. Now it's like, okay, who's in the wrong here? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Customer's always right.
shoot, like I've realized not in a lot of
Oh,
situations, but like it's one of those that I that's just sprung up. Like, yeah, dude, like I get it.
And it's tough because it's like, I know for that place, like, I wouldn't be able to go back until like then a week later. So literally, it's like you're coming in a week later. Why didn't you come in the next day, right? Like, and I'm like, well, because this is $7. I'm not going to drive across town. I'm not going to spend more. It'd be more inconvenient to try and go get it, right?
We spend more in gas.
Yeah.
Is it far away? Well, of course, in LA,
It's actually everything's far away. It's on technically my way to work, right? But they're not open until after I have to go to work, and then on my way back, I take the freeway. So it's like I could easily stop by. It's not out of my way, but like it is the interaction. I think this is what Randy's saying. The interaction is out of my way, and I'm like, it's fucking not. I'm $7. I'm not whatever. But in my head. Now it's only what I'm thinking about whenever I go past that place. I'm like, fuck.
Right.
Fucking new guy.
If I feel like sometimes it's avoided if you just call right away.
Yep.
But a lot of times I never think to call.
Yeah.
But I haven't had anything personable like that happen because it's not a chain where you know it's going to take care of it. It's like this personable interaction, and you're probably going to see this guy every time. He's probably going to help you every time now.
Yep.
Like I felt so like a piece of shit when I returned those shoes. I'm like, they don't fit right, but I felt so terrible. I'm like, I need to swap these out. I don't know. Can you return shoes? This is crazy. Yeah. And I like lost sleep over it. Like the guy was going to tell me no. And I go in, he's like, oh yeah, sure. Here you go. And actually you're going to get $10 back because this other pair is cheaper. I was like, oh my God, that was, but like, yeah. But Dalton, back to your original question.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just curious. I return things a lot more than now that I'm with Sarah. I used to not return anything. I was like Bert. I was like,
Yeah, I think it really depends on the context.
I don't return it. Sarah returns it.
And where it's at.
We bought we were getting dry cat food the other day, and they had this new brand, and we're like, ooh, let's try this. Never tried new cat food. And the cats didn't touch it.
That's a tough one.
So we returned it.
That's a tough one because
why not?
That's happened to me once. I didn't return it, but I was dude, I'll never buy Rachel Ray cat food ever. Yeah. Like for whatever reason, like 10 years ago, I'm like, oh, I'll try this Rachel Ray cat food. It was like my cats were like, Randall, what the fuck? Like if Bernie's not eating it, then I know it's terrible.
Yeah.
And I left it there for like 3 days. I felt like returning it, but it was like, I don't know, I feel weird. It opened it. So I just threw it out on my mailbox. I'm like,
bro,
someone took it.
I actually dropped a ton of it on the floor because I wasn't paying attention, and we still returned it.
Wow. I literally bought the wrong size dog collar. Easily could have returned it to Amazon, and it's just sat in the corner of my house because I'm like too.
Maybe I'll get a bigger dog one day.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you never know. Whatever.
Online order returning is though like really inconvenient.
It really is. And what that's crazy is
Like that's how they get you. Like the
it's
likelihood of
it's
him
how they
returning
get
is not
you.
there.
And then there's another added element of uh it's amazing. I think I've told this on the podcast before. Stop me if I
Hmm.
have.
No.
I share
Stop it.
my Amazon account with my sister, right? I pay for it, but they order it Prime, right? And uh there are times when I get like, hey, your Amazon package is shipped. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't order anything. And like, I'm like, oh, it's them, right?
Yeah.
But they constantly are returning stuff. So like, hey, your return process has started. Your return process has started. Your return process has started. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and so to me, it's just it's so extreme because it's skewed my account because they keep returning things and I don't. I keep a dog leash that is too long, right, or collar. And so, but it's inconvenient. And I remember there was a point where I was like, oh, maybe this is super. The one time I returned something was because Amazon literally just shipped me the wrong thing. I bought all these like paintbrushes, and they sent me something that was just not even close, not even in the right ballpark of what it was supposed to be. And they're like, I was like, oh god, now I got to return this thing. How do I do this? And it was like, oh, you just go to Kohl's. Just go to Kohl's and you hand it to them,
Yeah.
and they have a whole return. They'll do it for you. And I was like, what?
You don't have to box it or
No.
nothing.
So I just drove to Kohl's and I handed it to them, and they're like, "Oh, okay, yep. Here's the thing. Great, we'll take care of it." And it worked.
Sometimes I bring it back in the like original like Amazon little paper, whatever it's in, and then people are like, "Oh, we don't need that." I'm like, "Cool."
I just want to make sure I'm not stealing or
Yeah.
the I think the most recent time that I returned something from online is when I bought a cell phone. I needed a replacement phone, so I bought one online and I didn't read the description well enough. And I was like, this phone fucking like the screen is fucked. Like not like cracked or anything. I'm like, dude, it's like this yellow tint on it. What the hell? Like this is black. And it wasn't like a brand new phone. I buy refurbs.
Sure.
And then I looked at it, and then of course, right there in the description, screen is not 100%, has like whatever problem that I'm doing. Like, oh, I was just a dumbass and didn't read it, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it says free returns within like 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, that, like, I don't care. But Tanya buys stuff, or she's bought things that for me that's like the wrong, incorrect thing. I'm like, all right, you need to return that because of the inconvenience. I've seen it sit there for like a week and a half. It's like, okay, fine, I'll fuck her. And I think she just returns it out of she's annoyed that I'm looking at it, and I look at it as like wasteful money.
Yeah.
Like, but other than that, I think she just like the price isn't whatever. I don't care. But I'm like, I don't want to see it in my house. Like, it's just here.
Do you guys ever shop from Temu?
No.
No, I know. I see all the fucking ads. Temu
Do
is
they
like
have
basically
hella
like
good shit for hella
Amazon,
cheap?
right?
Yeah, but it's like super cheap.
Yeah, but isn't Amazon supposed to be super cheap?
Yeah, but what I think it feels like
Or
people
Temu is
buy
a
from
Chinese
places
brand.
like Temu and then just sell on Amazon because the same shit you buy on Amazon's on Temu, but like a fraction of the
I
price.
wouldn't even be surprised, but here's my question though. Is it just like fucking Alibaba? Or is
What do you mean?
Temu Alibaba is where like just say a bigger version of Temu. It was like Temu before Temu.
Yeah.
And Alibaba is where you could go buy fucking I can go buy 100 Fusion 1 controllers for Xbox for $5 a controller, bulk, but I gotta buy minimum of 100.
Yeah.
And
No, it's not
then I have
bulk
to pay
stuff.
for shipping. So
It's
that's what
basically
Alibaba is.
factory direct, but you have to buy a large amount.
So no, it's not bulk. I mean, depending on how if you buy like one small thing that's like $1, you probably have to pay shipping. I think sometimes there's like other places, certain you buy a certain amount, it's free shipping. But they also have places around the US that they ship from though. Because there's times where Sarah spots something and it's like it's here in a day or two. That's a dramatic. It's like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
But you check the tracking, it's from like New Jersey or some shit.
I believe Temu is a Chinese-based company.
I'm pretty sure it is definitely,
and they're just infiltrating the U.S. with their they're like, oh, Amazon's doing it. We'll just come out and just mass do it because these Chinese billionaires don't care. Like, let's just get our money and let's buy up a bunch of U.S. property.
All this shit on Amazon,
That's the one.
China, anyways.
Literally,
I know, right? Yeah, it's just
Tomato,
like,
tomato.
I love seeing the videos of like people where like, if you buy all this stuff like in bulk and then you can sell it on Amazon. I'm like, yeah, but do you do it yourself or are you just giving shitty fucking whatever? Like, you're just saying what we all know we can do. We're just too lazy to do it. And you're just making a video on it, making money off of it. This is wild.
Yeah.
Or supposed money. I think a lot of these people don't make that much money. Like that 1% that we all see is like, I could do it. It's like really like 1%.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get there? What are all your expenses and shit?
Yeah, like that's why I like eBay. But man, when you have to pay that commission fee at the end of the month, like I remember when I was trying to sell my car through eBay years ago, I was like, all right, well, you didn't sell it, but you did list it for $2,000. You owe us $150. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit! Even if you don't sell it, you gotta pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a listing fee. I mean, yeah. But all I do is buy through.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Man, we just touched a bunch of little things there.
Yeah, a little discussion smorgasbord.
That's topics.
I got a topic. If you could go back in time and let's just we'll use like a 5-year gaps. Go back 5 years, go back 10 years, or go back 15 years and tell yourself to do something different. What would it be?
I don't know.
Like within the past 5 years, the only thing
question.
I can honestly say is this is going to sound really, really, really wild, but might not. I would either tell myself, don't do the store
Mm-hmm.
and sell those at $120,000.
Yeah.
That.
yeah. Because like, but then if I would have, now here's the other crazy thing. If I would have sold the Doge at 120 when I had that money in the account, would that have set me up terribly for the future? Or like mentally terribly for the future?
Good.
Or would I have not tried as hard or have gone through like whatever the hardships were?
Yeah.
And had I not opened the store, how long would I have stayed at the job that I was just
miserable at?
Not miserable, but fucking getting there, extremely bored with, not challenged, plateaued. Probably would have kept the same terrible mentality towards like just selling, like, or not terrible mentality, but some things where I'm just like, man, I'm not growing in life. Tough one. But that's within the past 5 years I get to go.
That's what it's hard to like think about changing something because like I'm at a spot in my life where it's like I don't really, aside from little things, I wouldn't change anything significant because I think it would change like the way my outcome is now.
Yeah.
To a way I probably don't want it to be.
But if there was one,
if I could go back 5 years and tell myself something, because I kind of feel Dalton too, where it's like, okay, like, like I don't know. Sorry, or Randy, you said 2 things. I'm like, yeah, that makes so total sense. For me, I'd probably go back and be like, because 5 years would be right before the pandemic, right? So I would tell myself, hey, go on a trip now. Because I kept pushing stuff off. I was like, I got to keep working. I got to whatever. I would tell myself, go on a trip. And then I would tell myself, this is how long this lockdown is going to be, right? Just because I think in the beginning stages of it, everyone was like, oh, it's going to be 2 weeks and this will be fine. And like, da-da-da-da. And like, if I knew now how much time was not, I don't want to say lost or wasted, but like how much time that was going to impact, I would be like, okay, I need to really utilize my time. I I should have used that time to write a book. I should have used that time to like just start working out instead of just, getting drunk, right? Like things like that. And I think that would be the one that I would consistently, if it was 15 years, I'd go back and be like, dude, bro, just start working out. Just start working out. Just do it. Because you kept pushing it off. Because it's like we were talking about this the other day, where it's like friend of the show, Evan, right? Evan has a crazy metabolism, and it's because he ran, or I shouldn't say it's because, but I think what helped contribute to it is he played sports in high school, right? He ran track. And we have our other buddy who has like this crazy metabolism, and it's because he played like collegiate tennis, right? So it's just like everybody I see who has like maintained these like really, really high metabolism or really, really like metabolism and physique, it's because they pushed themselves to do some sort of sport when they were young, and it just laid that foundation. And I never did, because I would be like, I'm gonna go home and play video games, right? That's not dig on me playing video games.
It's a better choice, though, honestly.
It's the career that I'm in, right? But it's just,
I did both.
Imagine if we had Helldivers back then. Anyways,
gosh. Well, yeah. So
I say like
I'm gonna write this down because I'm gonna yeah. Fuck you, Dalton. You don't play.
that would have replaced Halo 2.
Yeah.
Anyways, Bert, you were saying, sorry.
No, that
I cut you off.
I want to actually talk about Helldivers / Halo for a second, but I want to finish this because this is a great question.
But Dalton, if you could go, like, if there was something you could tell yourself, like, how about, let me rephrase the question, because I answered mine, but then I kind of like said, but would it have changed in these things? Yeah. If there was like a maybe that you would do, what would it be? Or tell yourself.
I don't know.
Come on, I want you to think. Use that noodle.
What?
Use your noodle.
Use my noodle. It doesn't work function properly. I don't know. Probably like the cliche easy way out is just be a healthier sort of lifestyle. Because I've definitely gained weight, especially now that I'm working at the job I'm at. I'm not moving around like I was when I was in restaurants and shit. So, just like consciously be like, hey, that's going to be an issue. Slowly, but it'll definitely affect you because I feel it,
Hey, it's never too late.
I know.
For anyone.
I'd also tell myself, I'd go back, because I was thinking about this yesterday too, which is like, I would go back and tell myself, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this that doesn't sound so like depressing or like, whatever. I'd go back and tell myself, life isn't like movies, right?
Yeah.
And so what I mean by that is there's a point in my time, or I remember, whatever. I'll be transparent or honest, right? I remember there was a point where my older sister was like, I need to stop watching. She just stopped watching romantic comedies because they were kind of like messing with her mind, right? Because she had this like warped view of like relationships because of like what she would see in romantic comedies, right? Yeah. And I was like, I remember when that happened, I was like, huh, that's really interesting. I'm glad that if that, good for you, but that's just weird. I don't get that. It took me way longer to realize, like, nope, that view fucked me up too, because I would look at things where I'm like, oh no, like this isn't like a, yeah, whatever. I'll just say so. It's like, oh yeah, like it's gonna work out for the night for nice guys. Like nice guys, it will work out. Like, or like certain things was like, if you do this stuff, like I know this will work out because I've seen it in movies, right? Or like, oh cool, if I act this way, it'll be fine because I know that this stuff's gonna come around. And then I like really thought about it with some of the, my life, right? And like relationships and stuff. And I go, no, it did not. And
lies.
And I go, man, that would probably be the thing is just be more direct, right? Like you just need to be direct with like people, right? So yeah. I feel it. Yeah, that's my tangent. That's my tangent. It's a great question, man.
Thank you for sharing. The biggest thing is, just to lead off, then we can taper off something else. close it out. The idea that I have so like I can't take if I go back. Yeah, how about this? If I could go back 10 years with my same mindset, I would do it. But I can't.
Yeah.
And then if I change and if I go back and I'm that person and don't have the same mindset, then what's really am I going to come out with different? Because I like my mindset the way it is right now.
Yeah, me too.
Or that's what it is. But he's like, if I could go back and know what I know, I would do these things different. But yeah, but we can't.
Yeah. I know that like there's a couple pivotal things where I go, man, if I had done this differently, I don't know. The short answer is I don't know if I'd be happier. I wouldn't be the person who I am now, right? So like there's a very clear distinction of like, man, yeah, I'm fixated on I made this decision poorly, or let me rephrase that. I made this decision and certain relationships ended. And I sometimes get transfixed on that when I go, well, but that put me on the path that I am now. And I wouldn't have met all these other people that I know that are friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I get transfixed on like relationship stuff that kind of fizzled out or didn't go somewhere. But it's like the opposite side of that is like, yeah, but if that did work out, I wouldn't have met all these people that I consider like it's just I have to do the mental shift of like, well, what means more to me right now? Right. Yeah. And now at this point, I'm like, yeah, all these people that I know, I wouldn't trade any of these friendships, right? I would never have met them if I had made some other decisions. So it's weird. It's nuts. It's kind of crazy to think about, because everyone's like, oh, just go back in time and tell yourself these are the winning lotto numbers. And it's just like, yeah but you would be a different person. You'd just be a different person.
Yeah. Oh man, I just had it. Oh, I forgot it. Damn it. It was a decent one. Can't think of it. I'm talking to my time.
And got it.
Think really hard.
Oh man, it was like I can't think of it.
What were you thinking about it before you remembered?
Well, I was listening to Bert's story. That was the thing. Oh damn.
Well,
something about friends.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Let's talk about Helldivers for a moment.
Helldivers.
Because I think you're absolutely right. Helldivers, if it came out, it would be like our Halo 2, right? And I have very fond memories of, playing Halo 2 and stuff. But it's interesting. Helldivers it's this very strange phenomenon where it has people who I've met who are like, oh yeah, we should play a game together. We should do something. We never do. This isn't a dig on you. This is just in general. All these people who I have like friends on my Steam account or like friends that I know. I'm like, oh, like wait, you play Helldivers? And it's amazing to me that there's just this rally call between like I can sign on, and 95% of the time there's somebody that I know on, and I could be like I could join their game, and by joining their game, I meet potentially two other people that I don't know who now I go, oh, cool, well, I'll send you a friend request. And like, it just like keeps building. It's crazy. But because it's PvE and not PvP, right? It's player versus everything, not player versus player. It's like, I don't have to worry so much about like skill issues. Cause there's certain people you play when you find Halo and you're like, oh, here's my buddy. And you're like, oh, this guy's trash. And I never want to play with him. And like, and you just kind of you don't accept that invite. Right. Because you're like, man, I'm playing like competitively this game, or I'm playing where it's like this, the stakes are more real when you're playing like Slayer or whatever, right? And so, but with the beauty of this being like, hey, we're all working on this together, man. We got to liberate all these planets. It's such a refreshing change of pace. But there are certain players that I go, oh, cool. I start to put them in boxes where I go, oh, you're this guy? Yeah, I don't know if I like playing with you. I don't know. But it's a great game. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. Dalton, what level are you? Are you even double digits levels yet?
I don't know. Probably not.
Oh, good.
You've played twice, I think.
I played like 3 times.
Come on, you spent $40 on it. You got to play more.
Play with us.
$40 on a lot of things.
Play with us.
Yeah. Well, I start work tonight. I work till Tuesday. So
yeah.
I I tried a new restaurant. I know it's completely different from Helldivers, but
I'm naming this episode "Discussion Smorgasbord."
yeah,
We're just kind of moving around. This is great.
yeah. So I got the news from Target, Dalton, like I had mentioned. So I was very ecstatic, and I'm like, yeah, I want to go out to eat. It was kind of like spur of the moment. Also, this is
Well,
gonna
Rennie,
sound dumb.
can you move your microphone a little closer?
Yeah, sure. I'm just in a leaning back mood.
Thank you.
So I bought like new windshield wipers for the truck after like years of you hear like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, cool. It's like I should have spent $20 like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm like, yeah, let's try the windshield wipers. It's raining. So we went to I just kept driving. I'm like, John, let's get food. And we just jumped in the truck and just started driving straight. So we went to China Bistro in Sebastopol.
Interesting. Okay.
I've always seen this restaurant. Looks bougie as hell. Like it just anything with bistro in the name. That's just what my take on it. And I think it was Mrs. Burge's old restaurant, truthfully, because we had my graduation dinner there. But so we go in and great ambiance, great atmosphere. I mean, we were there kind of early. But I noticed that the menu is very simplistic in the terms of everything from the poultry, the beef, the seafood, and vegetable was all the same thing, just with a different sort of protein.
Lame.
So
I need my Chinese restaurants to have at least
was really good.
hella variety.
But the only variety was different proteins.
Yeah, so it'd be like chow mein, and it'd be like chicken, beef.
Well, the chow mein only there
example.
was only like a handful of options of that, but it's
Yeah.
like let's say you got 8 or 10 decisions on like the beef side. You should have that same 8 or 10 over
Got
here.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
what are
it'd be
your guys'
like,
thoughts on that? Like the food was
weird.
good, it's very fresh. The appetite or the dumplings were amazing. I ordered like every dumpling they had and just like devoured it. But they had some good shrimp dishes. Tried orange sesame shrimp, something like that. That was fucking amazing. But anything shrimp is usually good for me in Chinese restaurant. But what are your guys' thoughts on that?
So wait, is it like
It's
just
not bad.
example? Is it just like sweet and sour? Is there only one kind
like
of
sauce options, and you pick
like so China Village has like Kung Pao chicken, sweet and sour chicken, Szechuan chicken. Is it like that?
No. So well, no, yeah. So yes, they would have. Yes, they have variety. So like say beef has like. Let's just use the chicken. I got lemon chicken. I got sweet and sour chicken. I've got orange chicken. Now I've got. Are you looking up the menu?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look up the menu. It's easier to describe. But
what's it called?
I was China Bistro.
So like generic that I gotta type in.
Yeah,
their website's so fancy.
Dude, like inside it's nice. It's beautiful. It's a smaller restaurant, but it's like very nice. Like the app, like I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, dude, like, but I told Tani after we left, I'm like, it was good, but the next time we go here, all I'm doing is ordering appetizers. Like I'd stop off in here, eat a bunch of dumplings and dip.
So the menu has like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it has a bunch of stuff, but if you look at it closely, it's all the same thing, which is different proteins.
Oh, you mean like same veggies and stuff?
Same vegetables, probably same sauce. So if I've got like Kung Pao beef, I got Kung Pao shrimp.
Yeah.
I got Kung Pao chicken. Now I got like Kung Pao vegetable. Yeah.
I get it. So they've standardized it. So it's just like go ahead, Dalton.
One flavor, but okay, I think I get it now.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like there was only
protein.
like all they sell is sweet and sour chicken, beef, shrimp, and that's it.
No, they wouldn't think that'd be so bougie. Like there's got to be the best stuff ever. But the menu was very simplistic. And now here's the thing: I I ordered out of the norm. I was like, I'm gonna order curry. Didn't have the curry. They're like, well, we don't do curry anymore. I'm like, okay, it's probably an unpopular dish here. So
Sure, yeah.
80
That's what I get for trying to order something different.
Yeah, you're right. And then I think Tanya ordered some other chicken dish. They're like, oh, we don't do that anymore. So I'm like, okay, you guys are 86ing the certain dishes that probably don't sell well, but the random one times new customers come in and want to try it, you don't have it.
The one time.
But I mean, other than that, the food was great. It was very crisp, but I will say the noodles were lacking thereof. Like I don't know, they need to add some more salt in there, something, but what's your guys' take on a simplistic menu like that where there isn't really no variance? It didn't take much thought, or it took thought to get to there.
I mean, I guess whatever works, but
seeing the menu, would you want to try there?
Yeah, it looks good, and from what you said, it's good. I mean, I just
fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's how they keep it fresh, is because they don't have to keep a crazily stocked menu, right? It's just like, oh, cool. Well, we have, like you said, we have these proteins, we have these sauces, and we just kind of mix them together, and that's it.
It's like looking as like working in restaurants and stuff, simplicity is your best friend, because you go to a place like BJ's restaurant or whatever where they have like 100 different types of things,
expensive chilies.
Exactly. I would never want to work in a kitchen like that, because so much stuff you have to remember. I mean, most of the stuff I think is just microwaved anyways.
Do you have to label everything yourself with the expiration date when you're at kitchens like that?
I mean, all the kitchens I worked at, yeah, you would prep stuff, make a sauce, you would label the sauce, the date. Just
But how do you know when stuff expires?
I mean, you'd smell it and look at it.
I was on the 12th,
if I did something,
what,
what's today, the 24th, and like I came in, what's today, Sunday. If I came in like Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm gonna be questioning it.
Gotcha.
Probably taste it and see. I remember my old sous chef, some of the steaks when it was like a little slower and we butchered up some steaks sitting there. They'd lose all their color, and I'd be like, and they'd kind of start smelling a little bit. And I'd be like, Frankie, are these good? He's like, oh yeah, they're just getting good. Anything that was like pretty much done, he would say, yeah, it's just getting good.
Gotta be like, dude, like that when the beef turns gray, but it's still pink in the middle.
Yeah.
I question it everything, and I'm like, Tanya, can you check this? Can you check?
You can't really tell the color because they put like food coloring or whatever coloring into the meats, so it gives it that red.
Yeah.
So you actually want to go off a smell.
Yeah.
If it starts smelling bad, then I don't really usually go off the color.
It's like when you see clear ketchup, it's alarming, but it's like then it makes you realize like, oh, they just put that dye in there to make ketchup.
I've never seen
red.
Clear ketchup.
It's gnarly, dude. It's weird.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah.
You ever seen Clear Mountain Dew?
I don't think.
Because I think you only get that in UK, or Europe, wherever.
Because they're like, ew, gross. Why would you? Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Sugar tax.
Clear ketchup. Heinz makes one.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. And like
on the hunt for clear ketchup.
That's what it like is normally, but then they just put that coloring in it because everyone is it has to be like, oh, like it's tomatoes, it needs to be red, but it's like, no, it's just really sugar.
That's crazy. But would I have the same experience?
Yeah, I don't know.
Imagine
if I see it in a store, I'll buy it for you guys, and then I'll ship you a bottle.
Yeah,
that's crazy. It looks like hair gel.
It looks like hair gel. Yeah. It looks like shampoo.
You're like, I'm saying, imagine the pranks you could put on people and put shit in there. And
but overall, if I had to rate that restaurant, I'd probably give it like a 7.5 out of a 10.
It looks bomb. I try it.
The only reason I say 7.5 is it was only like the owner and like this other kid that were working the tables, and it was starting to get busy. But I could see that I'm just under the impression if that's just them two working the floor and everybody else is cooking in the back, I really hope somebody called out sick.
Mm-hmm.
because we probably waited an extra like 15 minutes when we were like done to like actually like get the bill, pack it.
Yeah.
But they do everything's very personable, which
That's
I did
cool.
love. Like so, but I
Did you ever
get
watch
like, go ahead.
No, I thought you were done. Go for it.
I was gonna say most places thrive off takeout anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because the inside is a little smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're gonna say
Have
no.
you watched the second season of The Bear yet?
Yeah, I watched that like when it first came out.
I still haven't watched it.
Why bring it up?
I don't know. I was just curious.
Third season got greenlit, dude. That show is really good. It's
Super good.
like,
Have you seen it, Bert?
No.
once again,
good.
it's an FX show, so
Yeah.
they're not going to invest into a shitty story. Well, also it's the character development is very well made, and also
Yeah.
like the second season, everybody kind of like breaks off and does their own journey to like bring it home for like this grand opening for a restaurant or and it's just very well made. I mean, every time you watch, you're like, yeah, I can be a chef.
It's pretty
Like,
accurate too, I would say. At least the
yeah.
first season I watched.
Yeah, when that girl cut her finger, like I know we talked about it, and like you're like, yeah, I recall it. I'm like, it just grosses me out. Like, gosh, cut her finger, wraps it up, throws a glove on, starts going to work. I'm like, God, dude, like I've cut my fingers before because I've just been negligent or buzzed, and it's just like, oh no, no, no.
The worst is burning your hand though. Like
Yeah.
whenever I forget that something's hot or not paying attention and I grab it like a handle and the inside of my like palms all burnt, it
Ugh.
fucking hurts.
Yeah.
And then you have to keep going through service because you can't stop. And everything you touch is still hot and it just keeps hurting. I'd rather cut my finger.
No.
That's gross. That sucks.
Weirds me out, but I highly recommend watching the show. Like I highly recommend watching Shogun.
Ooh, yeah, that's on my list too.
So good. Like every episode is so good. Like so good. The politics are like on par with like Game of Thrones 1 through 6, not 7.
Yeah.
There's so much shit I want to watch, but I've been burning through a podcast that I got hooked on.
Nice.
So I've been going through that.
Do you want to plug it?
Ninjas and Butterflies, if you're interested.
What?
Ninjas are butterflies.
What?
Yeah.
Explain.
It's
Pitch it.
it's like a comedy conspiracy podcast.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. It's if you're into that shit, it's pretty good.
Oh god.
If you're into conspiracies and anywho's, I have a challenge for next week.
Okay.
So what is your, and I really want that, I'm like giving it time to think about it.
Yeah.
Because I really want to know your like top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Oh, no, I have a notebook up here, but there's a pen. Top 10 favorite movies.
Yes.
I feel like we did top 5 at one point.
Did we?
Early years ago. And Lord of the Rings have to be like 3 of those.
Yeah, do we count those as individual or as like one giant movie?
Do whatever you want to do. It's your list.
It's my list. All right. I'm down.
Man,
I'm
I might try to condense that, make it a little harder then for myself.
Yeah.
Do what?
I'm gonna use trilogies as a singular movie. Because then I can think more on it.
Yeah, I agree.
We know the thing is gonna be in there. So.
Yeah, for sure.
There's just certain staples.
Yeah.
Well, I thought of this one: Scorsese or Tarantino.
For me, Tarantino.
Who's the first guy?
Martin Scorsese or Tarantino. I know they have a different style of movie and everything. I like Scorsese movies, but sometimes I feel like they're just too long. Like, why is this 3.5 hours, dude?
Yep.
Like, reel it in already.
Yeah. I feel you. Tarantino, it's like, look, there's a time where everybody like is in their like feels like they're in their early 20s. They discover in Tarantino films. They're like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing. And then it's just like you know, then it kind of like tapers off, and then you like, but then you like come back full circle. And I don't know. There's just times where I go, like, I won't sit down and be like, you know what, I'm in the mood for a Tarantino movie. But anytime a Tarantino movie like comes on and I start like I just get engrossed. It's like I think about Inglorious Bastards is probably the one that of his movies I've seen the most of. And that's one that's long, but it doesn't feel long because it's always these like little scenes that I get like just engrossed in. I still think that, yeah, just that, oh man. But
Yeah.
you know,
I believe I feel like he started the whole scenes thing, like chapters, and then you have all these other directors like, oh well, if he found success, I could do this.
Yeah.
Like for me, like a lot of times when sometimes if I've seen like there's a good chance of I know it's dumb and common, but when Pulp Fiction's on, there's a lot of times I'll just like, yeah, I'll just leave it on.
Yeah.
If it happens to be on, I won't go searching for this.
Yeah,
movie.
exactly. Yeah.
Or a lot of times like I've never seen all of Jackie Brown, but every time Jackie Brown's on, I watch majority of Jackie Brown until I have to like go do something. But it's just so interesting. Like, oh, Robert Downey Jr.'s in this? That's I mean, not down Robert De Niro. That's crazy. What's he doing? He's like he's crazy. Oh, he's getting his head blown off and thrown into a trunk. What? Like things are just like they move at such a good pace. Like, you can tell what we gotta tell you what doesn't move at a good pace is fucking Roadhouse on Prime.
Oh no, really?
God, dude, that movie was so it was so bad. It was
Are you talking about with
watchable.
Patrick Swayze?
No,
No, the
with
new
Jake
one.
Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor. It was so
Is it out?
bad. Yeah.
Oh, I need to watch it.
The acting was bad.
It looks terrible, but
the
I love
pacing
Jake
of the
Gyllenhaal.
movie is bad. It was just like I will say this, granted for what they had, they tried. It's like a step above a sci-fi movie. like SYFY. But I mainly watched it because I wanted to see what Conor McGregor was gonna do. Because
Was it supposed to be a remake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they went totally off the rails from what the original, at least from the trailers.
I've never even seen the original.
You've never
The
seen the
original's good.
original? I actually like it. Yeah.
I've never seen it. Tanya was shocked. She's like, "That would be right up your alley."
It
I'm
would
like,
be
"Yeah."
right up your alley. I'm like legitimately shocked.
Yeah.
You should watch it. It's good. But it's
a cheesy movie, right? Like it's I don't know.
yeah. But it's more believable now than I'd imagine the new one is from the trailer I've seen. I haven't watched it, but
this one is just and I'm taking this movie for what it is, but for what it was so terrible. Like, or it was just so poorly written and all these things. But it just I don't want to be like that's not realistic, but I just kept finding myself laughing at how ridiculous some of the stuff was.
Yeah.
Like, bro, there are bar fights every fucking night, dude. People are getting like and you literally have a guy bar fight. I was like, no fucking way did he just say this. Like, this is too much for me right now.
Wow.
I turned it off for a little bit, played PUBG, and I'm like, all right, I'll go back.
God, was that the movie that you were like, can you watch something for 5 minutes and just realize, nope?
No, that was Aquaman.
Oh shit!
Ugh.
God, that was
gives me the chills thinking about it.
It was so bad. It like what did it for me was
Jason Momoa's in it. Is that what did it for you?
He's an act. Yeah, he's just an actor that just plays himself now. Like that's just. And then once I think the characters just kind of play themselves, like the acting is no longer there. Like you're just The Rock now. Like you just The Rock is just himself. I can't be defeated.
Yeah.
But there was a part where they were looking in like the snow or the ocean, and the bad guy was. They're like, "There's nothing here, sir," and he was like, "Check again. I can feel you." And I was like, can you just say one more thing after this, just besides check again? I can feel it. Like, or just give me any type of hint that
Yeah.
like there was a shockwave here like months ago that I have a feeling, but it was just like check again. I'm like, this is so bad. Like the line delivery was terrible.
Yeah.
There was no, yeah, and also the CGI is just too much. Like it's just what the first Aquaman was decent. I enjoyed it, but this other one was like, fuck, bro. Like, come on, tune it
So
down.
actors get like the script before they
But he probably
start
signed
doing
a
it, right?
contract.
Not all the time. And yeah, he probably signed a contract to be in them.
That's like The Rock. His movie career couldn't take off because he was locked into like this 8-movie contract with Disney. It was why he did the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah. And then, like, what was it? Escape to
He's probably like, what has my
Escape
life
to Witch
come
Mountain.
to?
I thought that was okay, but he did like these slew
Babysitter
of
or whatever.
Disney movies.
Wasn't that was the no?
I
Maybe
think
it
that
was
was Vin Diesel.
That's Vin. Yeah.
He did the pacifier.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, but you sign these
Yo.
contracts and you're like, oh god.
Well, yeah, it was like all the
Yeah.
Marvel stuff. It was like why Chris Evans was in everything because he signed some sort of crazy.
Yeah,
You know, they all did in the beginning.
like 8 or 10-year deal. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna be in all this, and now like they're so desperate to make a good movie that they're gonna have like the gang back together.
Yeah.
Because the multiverse can bring back anybody that we want. Anybody that we want.
Boo.
Yeah, like, oh god.
Lame.
Well, I know we want to keep it a short one, but anybody got like a closing topic?
What you got on your list, Bert?
I had so many things. I had so many things, but I'll save this for next time. Do you want to talk about your Disney trip?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Disney. I
This
mean,
might be
it
a
was
short one. We might have 2 topics.
funny. It was show. It was pretty crowded for being. Was it fucking March?
Yeah.
But it was good. We ended up getting, huh?
Spring Break was out.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Different.
I don't know when spring
parts
break
of the
is.
region. Yeah, that's right. We haven't been in school forever.
I guess it was spring break, so that would make sense.
That would explain it. Yeah.
We didn't ride. We didn't even go to Star Wars Land.
Really?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
You say good.
Yeah.
No.
Fuck them.
No.
Well, okay. So Smuggler's Run is not good. The 2 times when I went on it is really annoying and disappointing because I was always been the gunner or the engineer. So, Bert, I don't know if you've ridden it before, but you go in there,
refuse to
and
go.
it's super cool. Like everything they've done looks really good, and but there's 4 seats, 2 up front, 2 in the back.
Yeah.
And I think it's like 2 pilots or something, or there's 2 gunners and I don't know. But anyways, both times I have sitting in the back row, and you can see the screen for the most part, but there's also like someone in front of you.
Yeah.
And your job is to push buttons that keep lighting up that are to the side of you. So while everything's going on, you have like buttons going off. So you're trying to push the buttons while the person in the front gets to like drive the whole
Well, are you
thing.
being polite and letting Sarah drive?
I don't remember the last time who was. I think she was up in the thing. I don't remember, but yeah,
I told
2 times I've been in the back. And so there's a reason why the wait's never over like 20 minutes.
That's fucking true. Like when we first went, like Smuggler's Run was just open.
Wow.
Like you just like walk
right good.
Up.
Why wouldn't you just immediately go back in and be like, I'm gonna fly now?
It's not. I don't know.
You gotta walk up. You gotta walk up.
It's not
like
fun.
The way and do all this. I want to. You know what I've never done and what I want to do is go to the Tomorrowland Star Wars exhibit thing that they have there. It's always closed when you go. It's open for like a certain few hours a day, but you go see all the Star Wars stuff that's inside. That's like.
I don't think I've ever done that either.
Yeah, dude, because it's always closed. It's like we're going to be open from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and you could see all the ancient Star Wars stuff that we had.
Whoa.
Yeah, but continue, Dalton.
But yeah, so we didn't go there. And Rise of Resistance, we wanted to, but we just kind of we spent most of our time in Fantasyland and Tomorrowland actually. We wrote all that. We got rained on while walking to Tomorrowland. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to rain, and then all of a sudden it started getting cloudy and rain. Like that's great.
Wild.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion's down till next year.
Wow,
so
really? That's like my favorite one.
Right. Well, I guess they're just doing a rehaul of it.
Yeah.
Probably from the movie that came out that let's add some shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
maybe
did
that
you
would
ever
make sense.
do the Buzz Lightyear game or the one where you could shoot the stuff?
Oh yeah, we do that all the time. It's like competition between Sarah and I.
That was a good one. That's a good one. Like
I beat her this time.
Good.
Say it again.
I'll just say I beat Sarah at the Buzz Lightyear game this time.
Wow.
Usually she beats me.
But it's cool because you can flip the thing around and it's dope.
Yeah, so if you're like accurate. If like Randall and I are in the same car and we're like trying to beat each other, there's a little joystick and you can hit the joystick and the car will like turn, spin around. So you can try to like fuck up the other person.
I enjoy it. Did you go to California Adventure or no?
Nah. We're not really a fan. There's nothing to do there.
There is nothing to do there. The only thing to do there is get like expensive alcohol. That's it. Like,
you could do that car ride one.
Yeah, that's okay.
That thing's always a long wait though.
Yeah,
too.
It's
at least like 90 minutes on a busy day.
Yeah, it was like you got to use that fast pass, or you have to use. I will say this: the Disney app is pretty good if you. I'm sure you're mastered it, Dalton. But like once you kind of find out, like, all right, we're gonna do these passes, and then you can just go do other shit while you're waiting. Now there's some you have to just pay for, like Indiana Jones. Me and Tanya and I, we legit waited. Like, we stood in line outside, going inside, taking fucking forever. I'm like, this is like the old days.
Yep.
This is like the old.
I personally don't mind waiting. Because
I don't mind as long as I have someone to talk to, or you gotta bring.
Well, yeah, you're there with people. Most rides have cover, so it's like in the. You're not directly in the sun.
Did you do Jungle Cruise?
No, we didn't even go. We didn't even do Indiana Jones. The only thing we did over there was Pirates because you have to.
True.
Have to go on Pirates at least once every Disney trip.
How long did you go for?
We just did 2 days. 2 days. We bought the passes again. So
how much were the passes?
I think it's like 600 a person.
Damn.
Yeah.
But if you go at least like 3 times in a year, it pays for it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Her mom lives like an hour away, so
yeah. Oh man!
So we can get our money's worth.
I definitely want to go back to Disneyland.
I was gonna say, if you guys want to make a trip, you let us know.
Yeah, like my idea is.
You don't want to go to Disneyland, Bert?
No, he's boycotting. But my idea is you buy a ticket for Bert. We all go. So Bert's too nice and has to go. And then we drag his ass to Rise of Resistance.
So is it like a hard no that you won't go?
If you buy him the ticket, it's a present.
I won't say no to going to the park. I will not step foot in the Star Wars land.
No, we have to. Once you buy a pass for a lightsaber.
So technically, Rise of Resistance is the line is before Star Wars land.
The scene. I mean, if you think about it, you take 3 steps into Star Wars land, or maybe the line is, and you just jump to fucking Rise of Resistance where the line is like a year long.
So let me ask you a question: are there stormtroopers that walk around?
Yeah,
there's everything.
Are they Imperial stormtroopers or First Order stormtroopers?
They're Imperial.
That's a lie.
They fucking are. I have a picture downstairs.
They're Imperial stormtroopers, not First Order stormtroopers.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Give me a picture. Show me it.
I got a picture downstairs. I don't want to go downstairs right now.
Mm-hmm. What's the difference?
Well, the difference is one is really cool and the other one is really stupid.
But how do you tell the difference?
Is it the stormtroopers have like the circle eyes, and like the First Order ones have like those like straight line cuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Is there a Millennium Falcon there?
There is.
Get
Oh
outta
man,
here.
that's sick. Is it Han Solo's Millennium Falcon or Rey's Falcon?
Ooh, that's a. Unfortunately, it's Ray's.
Oh, well, that sounds dumb. Okay. Let's
That's
see.
fucking
Let's see. What else? Tell me something else that's there.
Chewbacca.
Kylo
Chewbacca?
Ren.
Oh, Kylo Ren. Oh, they
Kylo
have a
Ren.
Sith Lord. Oh, well, that probably makes it then First Order Stormtroopers.
No, I'm gonna go take a picture of the picture I have downstairs.
You're a liar,
No,
sir.
you get to like how
Take
about
him
this?
away.
If you make the lightsaber and you do that experience, it's pretty cool.
Stormtroopers.
I can't see, it's
I know.
blurry.
Blurriness.
There it is.
Those are
So
cool Stormtroopers.
the land is cool for what it is, but Rise of Resistance is honestly the best thing over there.
Oh man,
If it wasn't
walk me
for
through
Rise,
that. What is
if
that?
it wasn't for Rise of Resistance, I really wouldn't care to go over
I
there
don't
that
think there
much.
would
What
be
is?
a
What do
Star
you
Wars
mean
land.
resistance? Do you mean Rebel Alliance?
I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're
Like,
resisting people.
seeing the going into the hangar bay is cool.
Oh, whoa! There's a hangar bay. What's in the hangar bay?
Hangar
Fuck a
things
walker.
that
Oh, Imperial AT-ATs.
Yeah, I think it's called AT-AT. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
you got like the
Are there stormtroopers?
you're talking about in the ride.
Yeah, in
yeah,
the ride.
in
Are
the
there
ride.
stormtroopers?
Yeah, when they're walking, and
Are
then
they
you have
Imperial
everybody
stormtroopers
that's
or First Order stormtroopers?
get the fuck out of here.
I just learned that there's a difference today, so I can't tell you.
I'm like I'm second questioning my picture downstairs.
Yeah, you are.
But I'm gonna
Okay,
go
okay.
look at it.
Besides Star Wars Land, would you do other things?
I like Disney. Yeah, I like Disneyland.
We can go on the
I love
we can go
Pirates
on
of
the
the
Star
Caribbean.
Wars ride in Tomorrowland.
I love Space Mountain.
That shit's fun.
I love.
You know, there's 4 different videos. We finally did a different video
Really?
this time.
Oh,
Really?
for
On
the
Star
Wars?
Tours.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I always get the same one every time.
Well, which one did
Thanks.
you? I always got the one. Well, what are the different ones? The ones with like Vader coming at you? Like,
Well,
that's
we
the one I
did the
always
one with
get.
the pod racing this time.
Oh, I've
That was the
never-
first
I've
time we
never
got
seen
that
that.
one.
Never seen the pod racing.
It was pretty dope.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
I
Because
don't
I'm
wanna
like,
spoil
there's
it,
only
but-
one. Because the video I'm looking at looks like it was made from the 80s.
No, I think there's at least I think there's 4 because there's
Yeah, there's
4
a few.
different like lines.
Views, yeah.
That's.
I thought it was.
So I don't know if
modular,
I don't know if
so,
it
like, actually
fluctuates
was
between.
randomized. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if it randomizes, but
You gotta at least
It's-
make a lightsaber.
I feel like it's interesting Star Tours being there because
I already have a license.
I don't know if there's any room to put it in Star Wars Land,
don't think
and
they're gonna
I think
move it,
people would
yeah.
be really upset if they took it out.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I'd be upset.
still the original Star Wars. That's why. That's
Right,
why
yeah.
that like just kind of on the other side of the Toy Story shooting game, the blasters, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's that like Star Wars museum that's never
Mm-hmm.
open, but that has odd hours.
Yeah.
Dude, I will not go into the
store.
fucking submarine ever again.
I was
It's-
about to ask, dude. Do you like that? It's actually pretty
No,
fun.
not anymore. With my size, are you fucking kidding? It's like, dude, it's terrible. Like, it's terrible. And you're just hearing all these little kids, and you're just locked up in here, and you have to wait for everybody. It's just, I can't do it. Like, I just can't. I think it's cool. Like, if there was more space, but man, I'm telling you, like, if I'm gonna get COVID or I'm gonna get sick or some new virus, it's gonna be from the 12-year-old and 8-year-old kids sitting next to me coughing it up,
Yep.
like breathing loud and just
Yep.
yelling and crying. Like, it's just, and it's pitch black. It's pitch black in there. Like, you're just sitting there.
You
in
got to see the
darkness.
video out of the like 4-inch fucking
Yeah,
porthole.
dude. Oh my god. Yeah, God.
It's crazy because it's Finding Nemo now, but I remember when it was 20,000 Leagues Into the Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty good though.
I mean, it's
The-
a good
the whole
ride.
thing.
It's just it's too like. How about this? If I could go on the ride from start to finish, what like 10 minutes, 8 minutes, like from physically being on the ride, versus sitting there in the darkness for like 10, 15, 20 minutes because I don't want to turn my cell phone light on because it's just like illuminates the whole goddamn area.
Yeah.
Like, and you have to wait for everybody to get off and load up on the new one. It's like, dude, I can't do it. It's like I was getting claustrophobic. not like, yeah, kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I really thought to myself, I just waited 40 minutes for this. This is nuts, dude. Like, I can't do it.
Did you ever get a turkey leg?
I did not. I did not.
We finally got one. We always talked about it. We finally got one. They're actually really fucking good.
Is it?
It was juicy, not dry. It was good.
It just seems like such a like something you're like, oh man, and then when you start to actually get into it, it just you get to a point where you're like, why did I do this?
No, it was good. Well, one was way too much. I ate most of it, but couldn't finish it all. But like Sarah and I could probably split one and be perfectly content.
Yeah.
But it's fucking huge and it's good.
Yeah. I just, man, the food there is so expensive.
Dude,
like, it's cheaper
everything's
if you sit down in a
expensive.
fucking restaurant, but like just getting something right off the cart or whatnot is expensive.
That's why you go to downtown Disney and you eat in one of those places.
Yeah, I went to downtown Disney, which was cool. I mean, that's like, it's funny. That's where I had my first drink after a year, and it was like, huh, it's very lackluster.
Yeah.
Like,
Not missing much.
but no,
but it's dope.
I like, regardless where, if you're down, you don't want to step a Star Wars line, won't force you. Yeah, I'm down to like go to Disneyland on like a bros trip or something. Just go see
down.
everything.
Just a lot of walking. Know that it's right there.
Yeah,
you'll enjoy it.
It's right.
You can
there.
just walk through and just critique everything.
I mean, if
like,
Dalton and I both chip in and we pay for your lightsaber, you can't let it go to waste.
Would you get a lightsaber?
Now we actually have a specific time.
See, I would just, for you to make a lightsaber. I just feel like what I would rather do is, and this isn't to shit on the idea. The short answer is, if this is something y'all really want to do, I'm not going to be a party pooper. At the same point, I'd rather just be like, dude, let's just go get like a cabin somewhere and like play games and record, and I'll drink and you guys can watch me get drunk.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, but then we can't walk around and go to Tomorrowland and play blasters.
And ride.
You guys done Universal City? When was the last time you guys did Universal City?
Oh, like, yeah, that's right. I want to go to Universal City. Yeah,
I haven't been there. I want to go there a long time.
It's Mario
baby
Land
step.
or whatever.
Let's baby step, because then we can go on the Jurassic World ride too.
And then, because that's any better.
Jurassic World,
yeah, just boo. Let's see. There's the Mummy. There's Transformers ride. We can go. I haven't done the Minions thing. There's Terminator Judgment. We do the tour a lot.
Yeah, but Pinocchio's
and with Universal Studios, you can get a food pass, and it's something like $100, and you can eat. It's unlimited meals. You just eat whenever you want. So it's expensive, but you're gonna end up spending that much money anyways,
right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd make sure I get my money's worth.
Oh, I made sure I got my money's worth. Anywho, all right.
Anywho.
Disney.
Jar the mess.
First Order, boo. Bah.
Nah.
Empire, yay, awesome.
Circles, not
lines. Go take a look.
Got it.
Do me a favor. Just go downstairs, Randy. Take a picture.
I'm gonna take a look, man. I'm gonna be blown away. Mm-hmm. Oh god. Mm-hmm. I was hoping like, man, well, maybe they just have these because it's Disney. And they own Star Wars. Maybe they didn't invest in new helmets. Oh, okay.
Jar in the mess.
Later.